Power Book 4 delivered one of the craziest season finales I've ever seen in a TV show, but did they get it right or did they get it wrong? Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. It's Family Business Season 1 Episode 10. Looking forward to discussing this. First off, I want to get straight off the back and say this. I think the Irish Four Horsemen for Dublin got absolutely jobbed out here. And we're going to get into it, right? I'm actually going to make a separate video on it. Like, these guys were hyped up. These guys got off the plane, they had their guns, they had their SUVs, and I feel like they got absolutely jobbed. I get it, right? They're never going to kill Tommy off, but I feel like there's a better way to protect certain groups in this show. And I don't think they did. I don't think they went their best way about it, put it that way. In this episode, to be perfectly honest. But we did begin the episode. Tommy is trying to phone. He's like, oh, he's fearing for his life, so to speak. He may have had the backing of the Serbs, but shit is about to kick off. Make no mistake about it. We then see the rallying of the troops. We've got the Four Horsemen getting their guns. We've got the Serbs getting their guns. You're like, shit is going to kick off. Diamond, though, receives a phone call for Gennard, and then he decides to go, oh shit, he's probably going to send guys after me. So he runs to his car with his new missus, and they wait outside, and it turns out, yeah, Gennard had literally sent a crew to wipe out his own brother. We then cut the Gloria's bar, and we've got the Four Horsemen, the Irish Horsemen, in there. They're drinking with Fick, like, we're going to take the war, we're going to fucking murder. We're going to murder Tommy. We're going to murder Tommy Egan. Back in Dublin, we need Chicago's a steady income, brother, but you know, when push comes to that shove, I don't know if this war's worth it. Victor's like, no, it is worth it. It's worth it, son. Don't worry about it. Then one of the Four Horsemen decide to leave. Tommy's got two of the Serbian guys as backup here. And what happens, troops? They kill one guy. He gets seduced by a woman outside. She's about to suck him off. And then what happened? I want to take a ride back to the old country, bye. Tommy uses razor wire, cuts his throat here, and just like that, I pretty much knew that within 10 minutes, the fact that they've killed one of the Four Horsemen, these guys' odds drastically are going to go down here. So yeah, this guy gets killed again. I get it, right? Anyone can get killed, anyone can die, right? But I think they should have protected these guys, this group of four. Walter shows up, he's like, this guy's dripping like a fucking pig, you guys are getting pissed and banging whores, and we're in a fucking war. Anyway, crazy. But yeah, Walter's no happy. JP with his son wakes up. D-Mac wakes up, and JP's not happy. He's like, Tommy, I want whoever did this to fucking pay. But Tommy has to go get some medical records. Gennard then leaves his house. Turns out Gennard's number two has been kidnapped by Diamond, and then he gives up the fact that Gennard put the hit in motion. And then we've got a returning character. Who have we got? We've got Kate. We did kind of see her last episode. Yeah, she's in the house looking for money that apparently her mother put in the wall. So Tommy confronts her. Pretty funny. See, I don't mind Kate as a character. I'm shocked that they haven't killed her off at this stage of the game. I really am. But then we have the Flynns and the Irish Horsemen discussing what's our next course of action here. Right, we've got to bring the fight to Tommy. Going to bring him out. Then Claudia walks in. It's like, I've got where he's going to meet his Dahlia hookup. It's like, no one even fucking questions, like, how do you know all this information, Claudia? You're a jobber. I mean, yes, she's been brought into the loop, but honestly, people with any bit of fucking sense would realise this is a plan. But Victor wants to go along with the Horsemen here and wipe out Tommy, which obviously is pretty mental. But obviously, Tommy here, they've set up an ambush. Tommy and two Serbs. Like, you seen the weight that Tommy had? Like, he had at least 20 Serbs at his disposal, but he took two here. I get it. It would have been an absolute ambush, but with two of Walter's crew go in first, they get eliminated. One of them throws a smoke bomb, and it's like, holy shit, look how action-packed this is, man. It's absolutely mental. Two of the Serbs get killed, but the other two Irish Horsemen get killed as well, and it's like, really? Fucking really? This is what we're doing here? And then Walter goes off in a pure fucking rant. It's like Victor and Ian, he made it out alive, brother. Walter goes off in a fucking thing, a pure tyrant, like, me and your father fought the entire British army on the streets of Belfast, and you can't fucking kill Tommy Egan. I thought that was really good. It was really good seeing. He's obviously no wonder, right? He's fucking pissed But again, it's my problem here. It's like these guys were hyped up. Like Paulie couldn't believe that Walter's calling in these heavy hitters for Dublin, and like within an episode they've been wiped out. Yeah, they wiped out two of the Serbs, but it's like at this point it's 3-2. Like it's 3-2, and these guys came in with so much hype. It's actually fucking crazy at this point. Like what's going on? Tommy then sent Victor the text about this. Victor's obviously pissed. He confronts Claudia about it. Like, what are you doing? Tommy turns up. Luciana then Luciana, whatever. She sends the cook home. Then the cook ends up getting kidnapped by Walter Flynn's group. So yeah, that's all good in the hood there. We then had a scene between Aoin and Claudia. She basically puts Dahlia in motion. She's like, you know what, this is the drug of the future. You give word back to the Kings back in Dublin, and we'll put this story right. He then tries to kiss her. She's like, sorry, you're not my type. He's like, oh, you are a little fucking serpent, aren't you? And I was like, right, this guy, they've built this guy up. Hopefully he'll live. We'll get to it a wee bit later on. We then have Kate and JP meet each other, and then Kate meets D-Mac. So yeah, they were alright scenes. Gennard then goes to the Serbs. The Serbs essentially say, you know what, we'll job out Tommy Egan as long as you get the Flynns on board. Then Gennard heads over to the Flynns and essentially gets him to come to terms with the deal. So at this point, Tommy is essentially without backup. He then goes to Diamond, and it looks like these two are going to probably work together now. So at this point, we've got a big meet set because what happened? Big JP gets kidnapped by the Flynns. So yeah, not looking good for him at this stage of the game. Absolutely not. So the Flynns have got him, and that's what forces Tommy into this meet. So pretty much at this point, Tommy's got what? Himself, Diamond, and Liliana here going into war. We're meeting at this big industrial plant. It feels like a proper meet, but you've got Gennard and half the CBI with the Flynns. The Serbs are kind of neutral at this point, I guess you could say. But so they're so outgunned, it's crazy. So yeah, what is the game plan going to be? So the Flynns, Gennard and all meet up. Paulie's there with the big shot-off shotgun. You've got all crazy shit going down. But their plan is that Diamond comes out with Tommy at gunpoint. And I think at this point is where it kind of turned a bit bad, in my opinion. Like, you've got some heavy hitters here that they've only established within a season. It felt like a massive meeting. It felt big time. I'm not going to take away, but my problem is, right, so essentially Diamond starts ranting on Gennard. He's like, yeah, I'll hand over Tommy if you hand over Gennard. But then they're like, I don't really know. And he's like, CBI's good. But then CBI's kind of split about the fact, holy shit, actually, they're the ones that put this hit put this hit in motion against Diamond. So CBI's kind of split. Gennard goes to shoot, what do you call him, Diamond. But then, like, the CBI guy pushes Gennard. So then Diamond chases after Gennard. At this point, Tommy is getting, like, shot at, but he starts running away. Then Victor chases after Tommy, and this is the part I don't like. So a couple of CBI guys die here. Whoop-de-doo, right? What I don't like here is, like, Victor runs after Tommy, and Walter's, like, acting as if there's, like, an invisible wall here, and he can't go. And so's Aoin. It's like, Walter, you're free to go. Like, yeah, Paulie pulls him back, right? I'm not fucking denying that, right? But he's free to go. It's almost like it's like plot armor. It's like they wanted Victor and Tommy to have this fist fight. Like, there's so much better ways you could have handled this. You could have had, like, the other CBI guys with, what do you call them? Diamond, like, shooting at the Flynns. So that's obviously why I got distracted. You've got Gennard here and Diamond getting in their fight. But Gennard spares, Diamond spares Gennard, and essentially they're going to set up their different crews. So yeah, I didn't think he'd kill his brother. Liliana then appears from behind, starts dropping a bunch of Flynn men. And then she shoots Aoin in the neck. And it's like, holy shit, this Irish king is going to die here. It's like the last guy who's supposed to set this deal up with Dublin. It's crazy. Walter and Paulie are then retreating back. Again, it's like, why is they acting like there's an invisible wall? They're not pinned down. They're simply out in the open like a couple of spare dicks. I thought this bit was a bit bad. Aoin then appears out of nowhere, gets shot again from Liliana. Then, as Liliana is about to drop Aoin, even though I think at this point he's pretty much dead, I don't think he's alive. You've got Claudia, whips out her gun and drops Liliana. She gets shot in the chest. So yeah, Liliana was about to shoot Polly and Walter, but then Tommy also brings out Victor at this point. So, yeah. I'm not too sure. Is Eon dead? I'm pretty sure he is. It wasn't all too clear. So, at this stage of the game, I'm kind of... he gets shot in the neck, then he gets shot again. This guy's dead. And I'm pretty sure they found his body at the end of the episode. So Claudia shoots Liliana. They then do a trade-off. You've got JP being held by Walter. You've got Victor being held by Tommy. And then Tommy basically gets Walter to confess that he's the one that actually put the hit out on Gloria. And he's the one that killed her. Is that true, though? Did Walter actually put this hit? He doesn't deny it, and he kind of, acknowledges it. But it's like, we never got any scene like that. Walter literally went and killed 3 Serbs, right? And then he wanted all the Serbs dead. At what point did Walter go to a few rogue members of the Serbs and be like, right, order this hit on Gloria? And also his son almost got killed. I mean, it's not like they were just aiming at Gloria, they aimed at the entire car. But yeah, JP gets back to Tommy, they flee, and Victor's pretty much looks like he's going to cut all ties with Walter. I mean, it was a pretty emotional scene. Everyone's near greeting here. Tommy then runs over to Liliana. She dies in his arms. Diamond's there. Gennard takes off. The Flynns take off. So yeah, she dies. Liliana, that's our major character here. Eon died as well. What do I make of this? Honestly, I'm on it. I don't even know. They had the ingredients for this to be near a 9, 10 episode, but I feel like the way they got there was a bit of a mess. Why not just have Walter and Polly pinned down by a couple of CBI guys? Instead, Walter's my son, but you can, there's nothing stopping me if you're going around the side of this digger. I didn't really get that, honestly. And then Eon, the 4 horsemen get wiped out, man. I'm going to make a separate vid on that because to me that's fucking disgusting. What going forward? What's that going to do with Dublin? Honestly, so much hype going into these guys. That's what I just didn't like about this. It's we're led to believe these are serious people for Dublin, and they get wiped out in a seriously shit way, in my opinion. Especially with Claudia trying to put a pipeline in order. And that's how we end the episode. Or is it? Because we actually cut to New York and we see Medina and a few other people and Adrian Rodriguez, all these people, and she wants to work with him and what's going on here? Are we going to be able to sort this Irish King problem out here? We'll have to wait and see. We then cut back to Chicago, close to Liliana here. We've got Diamond, Polly, and JP, and Tommy essentially says that he wants to take over all of fucking Chicago. Gennard now owns the barber shop by himself. You got Walter drinking alone with Polly as Claudia and Victor put up a wee memorial picture of Gloria. So how is season 2 going to go? Honestly, I've no idea, but it ends with Tommy getting a wee cigarette as we see the Chicago skyline, and that is how we end. Chaotic, right? A hell of a lot of people died here. A hell of a lot of people died. But like I said, I think it was a bit of a clusterfuck, even though so much happened. I feel like the final showdown was just a bit cringe, and I think the job did the Horsemen as well. It's it just felt very choreographed, you know what I mean? I like things that feel authentic and flow nice. I'm still going to give the episode a 7 out of 10, but like I said earlier, I could have very easily give this a 9 if it just changed a few things. But anyway, guys, that's it for season 1. Really enjoyed Power Book 4. To me, it's much better than Power Book 2. And when I say much better, I don't mean Power Book 2 is a 3 out of 10 and this is an 8. I just feel with Tommy in a brand new city and all these new characters, the new characters I've introduced in Power Book 4 are much better than the new ones I've introduced in 2. I do like Kane and Monet and people like that in Power Book 2, and I like the fact you've got recurring characters and returning characters for the original Power series in Power Book 2, but I think Power Book 4 is the difference maker for me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. Till next time, peace.